Hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome to the second pre-event of TIF 2021. As you know, Turnip Innovation Festival 2021 starts tomorrow and it will be a huge event with 20 plus innovation and IP leaders. All the details regarding the session are actually in the description of this video. So you can get access to 20 sessions on IP innovation technology transfer for rupees 249 only. It includes full access, of course, certificates, chance to win conference goodies from the sponsors, and we will also be issuing 10 500 rupees Amazon vouchers. So that's what you are in for, with your full access ticket. If not, you can still access the keynote talks and the live expos of our sponsors free of charge. So simply, check out the free and paid links from the YouTube video description. And if you have any questions, please stick around till the end. I am going to, come back after this talk, and I'll answer your questions. I will show you the event schedule, and whatever queries you have. So today we have with us Ms. Mansi Chaudhry from the Frontiers Legal. She will take the session on the patent agent exam. So becoming a patent agent, a registered patent agent can be a very lucrative career with India's IP filing set for really brisk growth. So Ms. Mansi Chaudhry, she has over a decade of experience in global filing, drafting, and litigation. So folks, I welcome Ms. Mansi Chaudhry, and I hope that you will use the time that she is with you, and make it as interactive as possible, and so that she can answer your questions. So have fun.
Yeah, thank you, Rahul. Thank you. So good evening, everyone. My name is Mansi Chaudhry, and I'm a registered patent agent. And today I'm conducting a session which is a pre-TIF event 2 on which I will be talking about the patent agent exam. So we will be. I want the I will be presenting a brief about the examination and what all are the requirements about the patent agent. And later on, we will be having a discussion one-on-one, so that it will be more interactive in a sense that that I can answer your queries, whatever you will be having. So whatever the queries you will be having, keep posting in the comment section so that I can, refer to your questions and I can answer each and every question right after the presentation. So I'm just sharing the presentation here. So hope you all will enjoy the session. So it's the session is it's a pre-event 2 of Turn IP Innovation Festival 2021, which is going to start from tomorrow. That is January 22nd. So today this pre-event of TIF 2021 is all about the patent agent exam. I am the managing partner and I'm the founder and the managing partner of the firm, The Frontiers Legal. I'm a registered patent agent and a patent attorney in India, practicing in India. So this is about me. So I have founded a law firm, which is an IP firm by the name The Frontiers Legal. I'm the managing partner of the firm. I'm a awardee of a Department of Science and Technology DST Women Scientist Scholarship Scheme, which is in the area of intellectual property rights in the year 2008. I'm an Indian registered patent agent, a patent facilitator under the Department of Promotion of Industrial Technology under the scheme of Startup India program, which is a Government of India program under which the patent facilitators, the registered patent agents have been identified, have been enrolled as a patent facilitator for providing services to the startup organizations. I'm an advocate admitted with the Bar Council of Delhi, having a skilled expertise among the varied biological subjects in the area of biotechnology or the related biological areas. I have 12 years of experience in the field of patents. So this was all about me. Now, coming to the main topic of today's presentation, that what I will be talking about exclusively about the patent agent exam. But before that, I will be telling you a little bit about what all requirements are there for this exam and what patent agents actually are. So basically, a patent agent is a person who is registered with the Indian Patent Office, whose name is entered in the patent agent register after being declared qualified in the patent agent examination, which is conducted by the patent office. So every year, the patent office conduct this patent agent exam, and those who qualify that exam, it's a the one thing what you have to remember is that it's a qualifying exam. So you have to qualify this exam, and once you qualify the exam, your name will be registered under the patent agent register, which is being maintained by the patent office, and you can practice before the Indian Patent Office as a registered patent agent. Now comes to the qualifications. So what all are the qualifications for registration as patent agents? So under section 126 of the Patents Act, the qualifications for the registration as a patent agents are listed. So the one has to be the citizen of India, the completed the age of 21 years, one should have a degree in science, engineering, or technology, and pass the qualifying examination prescribed for the purpose. So the person who can register as a patent agent uh, should have all these qualifications to appear for the patent agent examination, should qualify the examination, and then the registration can happen as a patent agent under section 126 of the Patents Act. Now, what are all the particulars of the qualifying examination for patent agent, which are listed in Rule 110 of the Patents Rule 2003. So, qualifying examination shall consist of the following papers and remarks, namely, so basically, the patent agent exam has two papers, paper 1 and paper 2, and there's a viva. Paper one is of 100 marks. Paper two is of again of 100 marks. However, the viva is of 50 marks. So the total marking is from 250 marks. So paper one is basically it relates to the Patent Act and rules. So the paper one, you will be having the multiple choice questions or the true false type of questions, wherein you will be having the questions related to the Patent Act and rules directly or indirectly, with having the multiple choice options. Then in the paper two, paper two will be related to the drafting and interpretation of patent specifications and other documents. So paper two will be related to the drafting. So there's a when any invention comes to the patent agents, or you have to file as a patent with the Indian Patent Office, then you have to draft it in a certain way. So that is called the drafting. So you have the paper two is exclusively about testing those drafting skills of those candidates who are appearing for this examination. So paper two will be about the drafting and the interpretation, how you interpret that patent specification. So paper two is all about that. So a candidate shall be required to secure a minimum of 50 marks in paper one and paper two, and shall be declared to have passed the examination only if he or she obtains an aggregate of 60% of total marks. So what happened? So as I have mentioned earlier also, that it's a qualifying examination. So in that case, you have to qualify this examination by securing 50 marks in paper one and paper two, and the aggregate, which will include the viva marks also, the aggregate should be 60%. But at least you will be having the 50%, 50 marks you have to secure in each paper. If in case it happened with many of the candidates, I mean, so the thing is, if in case your aggregate is 60 or more than 60, but you have not secured 50 marks in each of the paper, then you will not be qualified. So the qualification condition is that you should at least secure 50 marks in paper one and paper two, each papers, and then your aggregate, which includes your viva marks also, the aggregate should be 60%. Now, if I will talk about the paper one exclusively, then the paper one, if I'll talk about the recent paper pattern, what we have, the last exam was conducted in the year 2018. So the paper pattern was the paper one, which was related to the Patents Act and the rules, which is of 100 marks. It has three parts, part A, part B, and part C. Part A will be having the 30 questions. Those will be the multiple choice questions, carrying 60 marks. So each question will be of 2 marks. The part B will be having 10 questions, having 10 marks, 1 mark each. The part C will be having the 10 questions again, having 30 marks, means each question will be of 3 marks. In paper 1, all the questions are compulsory, there's no choice. There's no negative marking, and the duration of paper 1 is 2 hours. Now, coming to paper two, which is about the drafting and interpretation of patent specifications and other documents. It is again of 100 marks. It comprises three parts: part A, part B, and part C. The part A will be having 4 questions, having 20 marks. Part B will be having 3 questions, having 30 marks. Part C will be having 4 questions, which will be of 50 marks. So this paper is exclusively for the drafting skills, and it will be a writing. You have to write the answers. Unlike your paper one, which is most of the answers are, most of the questions are multiple choice based questions. Unlike that, the paper two is more of the writing skills. You have to write your answers, and there will be a little bit of the more descriptive questions. There will be no multiple choice question in this. There will be more descriptive, and you have to interpret. There will be no direct question. There will be indirect questions mostly in this paper. In this paper two, part A and part B are compulsory. However, the part C, it comprises C1 and C2. It will be in two sections: section C1 and section C2. Section C1 is of 20 marks and C2 will be of 30 marks. C1 will consist of 2 questions and only 1 question need to be answered. So the part C is basically is having a choice where you have to answer just 1 question out of 2 questions from section C1, and likewise you have to answer 1 question from section C2, which is also having the 2 questions. So you have a choice of 1 question. You can opt for any 1 question out of these 2 questions, out of the 2 questions which will be there in part C. Again, just like the paper one, there's no negative marking for paper two as well. The duration for this paper is 3 hours, unlike the paper one. The paper one is of 2 hours duration, however, the paper two is of 3 hours duration. Now comes to the viva. So viva is of 50 marks. So the viva will be conducted by the experts in the field. Mostly there are the controllers or the examiners, and they may call upon the patent attorneys, the experienced patent attorneys, to conduct the viva. So anybody can ask, anything could be asked from the Patents Act, any fact from the Patents Act, any section, any interpretation, anything could be asked from the Patents Act. Now, what happened once you qualify the examination? So there's a register of patent agents, which comes under section 125 of the Patents Act. The name of the qualified registered patent agent will be maintained in the register of patent agents, which will be containing the following information, which will include the name of the agent, the nationality of the agent, address of the principal place of business, qualifications, date of registration of every registered patent agent, details of their renewal of registration. So what happened once you qualify the registered patent agent, your name will be registered maintained in the register of the patent agent, which will be available with the patent office. And then you have to, there's a specific form 22 of the which is prescribed under the Patents Act, where you have to fill up that form. You have to pay certain fee, which is 3,200 if you are doing it by way of e-filing, and if you are physically filing the form, the fee is 3,500 after qualifying the exam. And you have to fill up that form and you have to submit it with the patent office to get yourself registered with all the details. You have to fill up all the details which are there in form 22. Then and then every year you have to maintain, you have to pay the renewal fee to the patent office, which is 800 every year. So now we have electronic register of patent agents, which is available with the Indian Patent Office, and it is freely available on the Indian Patent Office website. Anybody can see it, and I'll show you that in the later slides. Now comes what all will be the rights and the practice as a patent agents. What if somebody has qualified as a patent agent, then what comes under their rights and what all they can practice. So the rights and the practice of the patent agent is given under section 127 and 129 of the Indian Patent Act. So every patent agent is entitled to practice before the controller. So controller are the government official who are examining the applications in the Indian Patent Office. So every patent agent, they are entitled to practice before the controller. They can present the case in front of the controller. They can argue the case with the controller. They can make the submissions before the controller with respect to the patent application. The patent agent can prepare all documents, transact all business, and discharge such other functions as may be prescribed in connection with any proceedings before the controller under the Indian Patent Act. So, the patent agent can prepare all kind of documents which are required for filing a patent application. They can transact all sort of business like paying the fee for related to the patent applications. It could be filing fee, it could be the examination fee, it could be any kind of fee which is prescribed under the Patents Act for the purpose of, the procuring the patent, for the purpose of filing, for the purpose of doing the prosecution of that patent application. So any kind of business, for the transact of all kind of businesses, the patent agent can appear before they are entitled to do all those things. They can discharge any other functions, whatever is required, to act on behalf of the clients or for filing a patent applications before the controller, and all this comes under the Indian Patent Act. They can also practice as a patent agent. The practicing of a patent agent also includes applying for and obtaining patent in India or elsewhere. The Indian patent agents, they can help in filing the patents in India. Along with that, they can also help in filing the patent applications elsewhere, outside India. They can assess their clients by be in touch with, like, we do file applications, the foreign applications for the clients for whom we have filed a patent application in India. So we can help them in identifying the good attorney, getting the good attorney outside India, in any country outside India, if they wish to file a patent application. So the patent agent, they can they can help, they can apply for or obtaining a patent elsewhere elsewhere apart from India. Now, preparing specification or other documents for the purpose of this act or of the patent law of any other country. So the patent agents can prepare a specification, they can draft, and they can draft all other documents which are required under the Patent Act for filing the patent applications, for any kind of work which is related to the patent application. So this was all about the basic about that, who all are the what is meant by the patent agent, what all qualifications are required, and who all can appear for the examination. What is the paper? What kind of a paper you will be having? What kind of examination is being conducted by the patent office, and what is the pattern? A very general pattern overview I have given in the previous slides, that you have paper 1, paper 2, and you have viva. Paper 1 is of 100 marks, paper 2 is again of 100 marks, and viva is of 50 marks. And what all parts, how many parts are there in each and every paper? And what are all rights and what all patent agents can, are entitled to do. So now I'll be giving you an overview I will be showing you the register of the patent agent, which is available on the IP India website. This is a patent office website, the Indian Patent Office website, where you can you can search the register, you can see the register of patent agents, and you can see by name, by the agent's number. I'll show you the specific agent number is being given to the registered patent agent once they qualify the examination, and in what way, how the information is being is being saved, and what kind of information you can search out of that register. And then I'll show you the last tip question papers, how it will be, what type of questions are there in the question papers. So just give me 1 second. I'm just sharing the screen for this. So this is the Indian Patent Office website. So you can see this is a Indian Patent Office website, and sorry, just a second. Yeah, sorry. So this is the Indian Patent Office website. You can see it's ipindia.gov.in, and I'll show you the register of the patent agents, how what all information you can search out of it. So This is, if you'll go to the administration section of the, of this website, you can go, or you can directly search the electronic. This is the electronic register of the patent agent. I'm clicking on it, and and this is the window which will be open when you will be, clicking on the register of the patent agent. Here you can search by agent number. You can search by agent name. You can search by agent city or state, or there are certain deleted agents also who have not renewed their, the patent agent registration. So those comes under the category of the deleted agents. So now I'll show you how it looks like. There's a complete list of agents also which you can see. If I'll open it, okay. I'm sorry, I think some window is not visible. Just give me a moment. I'm just sharing the other screen. I'm sorry for the interruption. So this is the window which we can see when we'll open the register of the patent agents. So there here you can search by the agent number, by the agent name, by the agent state, or by the deleted agents. So you can show the complete, you can see the complete list. I've clicked on the show all agents, and this and the complete list is here. There are a number of agents. We have right now, the total number of agents we have in India are around 4,000. The exact number is, it's around 4,240, 40, or the 39. I think the 39 is the last number, but I have tried to find out. So we don't have many patent agents in India. 4,000 is a very less number, as in terms of, the application are getting filed, more and more application are getting filed each and every year. That we have more and more filings of the patent in India. So that's why there's a need arises of more and more patent agents. So 4,000 is not a big number. It's a very less number. Um, uh, and the patent office is actually now, the exam is about to happen. It was about to happen actually in July 2020, but because of the COVID thing, it got postponed, and the new date has not been declared so far. So now if I'll show, if you can see, when the patent agent, if somebody qualifies the patent agent exam, the prefix IN/PA, and this is the agent number, for example, 4160. So INPA is a prefix which has to be there with the agent number. So we do write IN/PA 4160 or 1001 with a number. So this is the way, the patent agent number have been given to the qualifying patent agents. So you can see here the agent number. When you go through the list, the complete list, so you will find out the agent number, agent name, agent city, agent continued up to, as I have mentioned earlier, that you need to renew it again and again. You need to renew it every year. So as you can see here, the agent continued up to 2021, and the renewal due date. So renewal due date will also come in the next column. The 69 days are left. So every year on 1st of April, the renewal of this patent agent examination, this patent agent, patent agent registration, this registration you have to renew it every year on 1st of April. So this is how it looks like. Now I'll show you my own, so that, just to give an overview that what all is there in the register. So you can see here, all the details have come. So this is about, this is my information. My PA number is 1638, and all the details: the agent name, the father name, the residence details, the principal place of business. So every information you can get from here. So all the details are. This is the register. How the information is being, you can see on the electronic register which is available. Now coming back to Coming back to the patent agent and this your patent agent exam, I'm sharing. I have to share one another screen for the question papers. So give me a moment for that. I'm sorry for the interruption. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how the question papers looks like and what kind of questions you are getting, in this examination. So this is a window of the patent agent examination, which I have opened from the IP India website only. So you can go to the search portal and you can search for this patent agent examination. You can get for the practice and just to get to know that what kind of question papers are there. You can you can download it from all the question papers from there. Few of the question papers have the answer keys also. You can see like in 2016 and 2018 we have the answer keys for the paper one. We of course we do not have for the paper two because it's a detailed paper, detailed answer. You have to write the answers for them. For the paper one is a multiple choice question paper. So I'll show you the that last exam was happened in October 2018. So I'll show you how it looks like. So this is a patent agent examination question paper. You can see this is paper one. This paper consists of three parts, as I have told you earlier in the slides, that part A, part B, part C. All questions are compulsory. There's no negative marking, and the duration is of and the duration is of 2 hours for this. So Part A comprises of 60 marks. So you can see in Part A, the questions are the central government may, if satisfied, for example, I'm reading the question one for this. So the central government may, if satisfied that it is necessary that a patent should be acquired from the patentee for a public purpose within the provision of the Patents Act, then a notification is published in. So there are the four options. So unlike, in this section, in this Part A, the questions will be more of you have to be thorough with your act provisions. You have to thorough with your patent rule provisions so that you can apply. Some of the question you may get direct questions like to which section this particular thing belongs to, and to some questions will be quite the interpretations of the particular sections. For example, if you can see. We have different deadlines for different steps of filing of the patent, and after that for the prosecution. So likewise, you can have as many questions related to that. So you have to be thorough with your act. You have to be thorough with your rules. So this is how the part B and the part A looks like. I think the question is somebody has raised a comment that the questions are not visible. Okay. So this is about, these are the question papers you can check upon, with the patent office, on the patent office website, that what all kind of questions you will get in part A and part 2. Now, I'll show you how the paper one, I have to share the screen again and again. So sorry for that. Sorry for the interruption. So I'll show you actually how the paper one, the questions will come up. I'm just sharing the screen again to share that paper pattern with you. So I've opened the paper one. So this is a paper one, which is about the patent interpretation, your Patent Act and patent rules. This paper has three parts, part A, part B, part C. Now, part A will be comprising the 60 marks and consist of 30 multiple choice questions. So each question will be having 2 marks. So the question in this part will be the direct questions, will be the direct questions like related to, as I've mentioned earlier, that it could be related to the to the sections directly or to the patent rules directly, or it could be you have to apply your the interpretations of your act, your specific sections of the act, and then you have to answer these questions. For example, if you can see question 5 here, it talks about the PCT application, which is a patent cooperation treaty application, which is an international application. We do file for the patent application. So here, the deadline has been given when it was filed, and the question has been asked related to the filing of the national phase application in India. So when the applicant need to file within in India from this deadline. So these are the kind of a thing, these deadlines are important. So you have to be very thorough with your sections. You have to read them very, very carefully. You have to be really clear that the different steps of filing, you have to be clear with the different apart from sections, the different rules, the interpretation of that section, the proper understanding of those sections is very important. See, everything is there in the Patents Act, but the right interpretation of the law is very, very important, and each and every word has a specific meaning. The right interpretation of the paragraphs, of the subsections, of the clauses is really important. So, likewise, the questions we are getting in the the part 1 of paper 1 are most of the questions are related to the different sections directly. Now you can see here the question 8, which talks about the method of committing theft is not patentable. So this is a question. This question directly falls under a specific section of the Patents Act. So you should be very, very thorough with the sections of the Patents Act, that which section talks about which thing. So as you can see, the option in the multiple choice options, in the choices, the sections have been quoted here of the act. So that's a way. I mean, this is how you will get paper 1, the questions in the paper 1. So you can see these are all all the multiple choice question in part A. Now I'm coming to part B. So this is part B. Here, again, the questions are, you have to just mark whether the statement 1, there are 2 statements have been given to a particular question, and you have to mark whether the statement is true or false, or whether it is false or true. The different choices are being given. So accordingly, you have to choose, you have to write your answer, you have to choose it, whether it will be A, B, C, or D. It's again a multiple choice question. So here, you have to apply the different sections and the different rules of the Patents Act. So likewise, the questions comes up in the section B, part B of question, this your paper 1. Then comes your part C of paper 1, where the part C is of 30 marks and consists of 10 multiple choice questions of 3 marks each. So this, this part is really important because it carries more marks. The one question is of each of 3 marks. So the question, the level of question is also very little high as compared to part A and part B. So you have to be again for this, you have to be very clear with your concept, with your interpretation, and with your knowledge of the different sections and the rules of the Patent Act. So this is how you will be getting the paper 1. The paper 1 will be totally of multiple choice questions. This is how you will be getting total questions. The total, the kind of questions you will be getting in paper 1. Now coming to paper 2. Now I'm sharing paper 2, how the paper 2 comes. So this is paper 2, which is about drafting and interpretation of different different documents and of a specification. It consists of again consists of 3 parts like paper 1, part A, part B, and part C. But unlike paper 1, this is a substantive. You have to write it. It's a subjective paper. It's not multiple choice. It's not objective. You have to write your answers here. That's why each question carrying more marks. So in part A is of 20 marks. You have 4 questions in it, out of which You have to answer all the questions in part A and part B. Part C is optional. So in part A, you have to answer all the 4 questions, which are carrying 5 marks. 5 marks. Each question is carrying 5 marks. So the two part A is of 20 marks. So the kind of a question you will be getting in part A is like write a short note on non-patentable inventions within the provisions of the Patents Act. So this question particularly talks about Section 3 of the Patents Act, where there's a complete list of non-patentable inventions. So you have to write a short note. You need not to write in details, but you have to write a short note on the non-patentable inventions which comes under the provisions of the Patent Act. Then if you can see the question 3, one client A has come to your office for seeking advice regarding assignment for a solar cooktop, which B has already patented. As a practicing patent agent, brief him about the applicable issues as per the Patents Act and rules to your client A. So as you can see, you are having, you can get a direct question, as the question was a very direct question, that you have to just write about the non-patentable inventions. You have to just write section 3, in this. However, the question 3 is about the interpretation, how you interpret the law and how you will suggest your client. So that's all kind of a questions you will be getting in part A. So it's all about the interpretation about the law. You will be getting the questions which are related to the interpretations of the Patents Act and the Patents Rule. Now comes to the part B. The part B is consists of 3 questions carrying 10 marks each. It will talk about, the questions will be like, as you can see, explain briefly the different provisions of the Patent Act for the following, like the role of a patent agent or the criteria for the disqualification of patent agent. So these comes under the different sections. So you have to, in this paper particularly, the one thing is very important, which is like you have to, suppose if you're writing about a role of a patent, then it is always you have to mention the particular section or the particular rule under the Patents Act, which talks about the particular thing. This, for example, the criteria for disqualification of patent agent. There's a particular section in the Patents Act which talks about this. You have to quote that section. So this is important for this paper too. Now explain the various provisions of the prevailing patent rules for expedited examination, a small entity and a startup. Again, in this, you have to quote the particular sections, the particular forms which are available, and what actually it means. So this is how you have to answer part B of paper 2. Now comes to part C very quickly. It's all about the specification. So the part C actually talks about the specification particularly. You have to write a specification. They can, different type of questions can be asked related to a specification. Like they can ask you, we have different parts of the specification. When we draft any invention, when we draft any specification, the invention, we have to draft in a certain way. There are different parts of it. So the controller may ask the question paper. The question may be asked related to, to draft a particular, the particular part of the specification. Like we have the field of the invention, we have the background of the invention, we have summary. We define it in a way of summary of the invention or the claims part. So they can ask to write anything about the specification. So you need to be very thorough about your with your drafting skills, and you really need to understand how to write the claims, how to write the abstract, how to draft the specification. So like in this, I'm quickly going through it because we need a discussion time also. That provide an appropriate title. So you have to just give a title. You have to read the specification. You have to give the title. You have to draft an abstract. So you have to take out the abstract out of it. In short, you have to explain the invention, the complete specification in just 150 words. Then you have to draft at least 2 claims. So accordingly, you have to answer this part C1. You can see here's a complete, the specification, the invention is being given. There's a choice, as I have mentioned. There's a choice in this. 2 questions will be given in C1 where you have to answer 1, and 2 questions will be given in C2 where you have to answer 1 question. So now this is part C2. Here again, there's a description. Complete description is given about an invention, and you have to draft. Like you can see here, the question is the draft a complete specification with at least 2 claims and a title for the following description for filing before the Indian Patent Office. While preparing the complete specification, do not redraw the figures. However, you may refer to the figures in the specification. All right. So Here in this, the question is which is related to the complete specification. You have to draft a complete specification, means a complete drafting you have to done with at least two claims in the title, and you have to give the two claims in the title at least for this invention. So this type of question will come up in part two, in paper two, sorry, in part C. So this is how you will get a choice, because the choice is there because the different technology people apply for this paper. Some comes from the biology background, some comes from the engineering background. So the choice is given accordingly, so that you can opt for the right subject matter to answer the things. So this is how the question the paper two comes up. So this was an overview about. So this was an overview, a very brief about the what all are the requirements for being a patent agent, who all can can appear for this exam, what all comes under the question comes for this exam, what type of paper you will get, what type of question you will be getting, and what you have to do after clearing the exam. So this was a brief about all the things. So now coming to the question, please post in the comment section quickly so that I can answer your question. Okay, so Dr. Sudhakar Bansod, he's asking that what type of information the agent required from the researchers. So basically, when somebody approaches the patent agent, then they have to disclose an invention completely first. Like for example, if somebody is invented a drug, so any all the information about that drug, particularly that how they have a drug, for example, somebody has come for the formulation, so they have to disclose completely the formulation, the composition, the formulation ingredients, the ratio of the components, the different experiments they have done, and what all the information which is related to that invention they have to disclose to their agent in order to draft it properly, to defend it properly, and to prosecute it properly with the patent before the patent office. Now, coming to the second question. Okay. Again, by Dr. Sudhakar Bansod, there's one more question, that how much they charge the fee to file the patent by the agent, what type of information the agent required from the researcher, what is the benefit while we go through the agent to file the patent. So, okay. So actually what Dr. Sudhakar is asking is how much they charge the fee to file the patent by the agent. So basically, so I'll take up this question in two parts. So there's a government fee for filing a patent, which we need to pay to the patent office. The client need to pay to the patent office, and the agents, the agent, they do charge to the client for the services they do provide. For example, for filing a patent, for drafting a patent, there are different kind of fee. The fees we use to give to the clients. So that's the answer to your question, that it all depends upon the work. So that's between the client and the patent agent. Okay. So coming to the more questions. Okay. So Ms. Jyoti Patil, she's asking that is it beneficial to pursue a PhD to get into fields of patent? Please suggest. So as I've already mentioned, in one of the slides, that what all is required to appear for this exam is just a degree you needed. So if you already have a degree in science or technology or in engineering, then you can appear for this exam and you can practice. So PhD is not just a requirement for this. So if you are not, you can pursue PhD to add on to your education, but it's not a requirement for the patent agent. Now, coming to the next question. Okay, so we are getting more questions now. Okay. So somebody has asked that that what all is required to prepare for this exam. So to suggest this, to answer this question, I would suggest just to read the patent agent, this your Patents Act very clearly, and you need to understand the different sections and the different rules, and you need to be just just very you have to just be very clear with your concepts, what you are understanding, because in patent, when not in patent, when you are reading any law, then you have to be, the specific sections, the language is very important, and you have to be very, your interpretation should be very correct. It could be wrong, because every word has a meaning, so you have to read it in connection, and you have to read it in a way that you can interpret it rightly. So for that, you have to read different case laws in order to understand the different sections and different rules of the patent. Okay, so okay, now Dr. Sudhakar Binsod is asking a question that what is the benefit while we go through agent to filing the patents? All right. So the benefit will be, see, the patent agents are the one who are practicing with the patent office on day-to-day basis. So they know how to, how to deal with the application, how to file it, how to draft it in a certain way, how to, what are the procedure to be followed in a right way so that you can secure early grant, and what all is actually required for the documentation and all those things. That's why it is important, to that's a benefit if you go through the patent, go through the agents for to file your patent application. Okay, so Mr. Siddharth is asking a question that is there any age limit? So there's no age limit. Okay, so Akshay Chandras is asking how to prepare for drafting part exam. Okay. For drafting part, you should, you should read more and more specification. You can refer to the WIPO portal or the Indian Patent Office portal. Basically, the Indian Patent Office to prepare for the exam, that refer to the Indian Patent Office portal, search for the patents and read the patents, so that you can have an idea how to draft it and what way you can draft them. So otherwise, that's the only way. More and more you will read the patents draft, more you will understand, and try to practice some of the drafting exercises from the previous year question papers, which all are available on the Patent Office website. Now, there's a question from Rudra Narayan. There's a question that what will be the cost for filing patent? All right. So we have different steps for filing of a patent. We have a different fee. Like for filing, it depends upon the entity, what kind of entity is filing a patent. So we have a different fee structures. Like we have for the startup is 1,600. For others, it's 4,000. For the big companies, it's 8,000. So it all depends on what kind of entity is filing the patent. And apart from that, if you're filing through the agent, then the agent fee. Apart from that. Okay, so we have a question from Mansi Shukla. She's asking that can you mention some resources for studying? Okay, so this is a question we came across most of the time, that what all where is there any particular material available for the patent agent exam? So actually there's what I'll suggest is you should practice them more, the previous year question papers, and accordingly you should read the sections and interpret them very clearly. You have manuals of patent procedures which are available at the Indian Patent Office website. There's a lot of other material also available, like the reports, which will give you the fair idea that what kind of filings are happening in India, and apart from that, different case laws. So if I'll talk about the resources, then go through the ipindia.nic.in, which is an Indian Patent Office website. You will find a lot of material over there. You can download the e-copy of the Patent Act and patent rules from there. You can have the manuals of the patent procedure. You can download that from there, and you can start preparing for that. And I'll suggest one thing here, that the patent, going through the reading the Patents Act along with the manual is sufficient enough to clear this exam. You have to just develop that understanding of the act, and just with some just go through some of the specification, and read it very clearly in terms of understanding the concept, and just read the act very properly, very properly, and you can easily crack this examination. Okay, so we have more question like okay, again Dr. Sudhakar has asked one more question, that can you give some suggestions regarding the study notes from where the syllabus will cover for the same exam? So there's no syllabus as such, it's just the complete act you have to go through. So so the answer to your question is just refer the ipindia.net ipindia website. You will get a lot of material from there, and just solve the previous year question papers. Okay, so we have a question from Siddharth Dapre. Can we make collaboration for conducting IPR lecture series in our university? Yeah, sure. We love to do that. Thank you. Now we have a question from Sanjeev Dal. He's asking that I want to know, may I eligible for filing patent for the existing apparatus with modifications into it, like for conventional apparatus, I will digitize it with more accuracy. Yes, of course, you will. You can file a patent, but there are certain requirements for filing a patent. First, it should be novel. It should be having an inventive step. It should be industrially applicable, and it should not fall under Section 3 of the Patents Act. So, yes, the answer to your question is yes. You can file your patent if it fulfills all the requirements. Okay. Now we have a question from Rudra Narayan Senapati. How we will be sure that the agent is genuine? Okay, in order to check that, you have to check the register, electronic register with of the patent agent, which is available with the patent office website. So in order to check the whether the agent is genuine or not, whether they are registered or not, so you can check the details from there. Okay, so we have a few more questions. Okay, so we have a question from Pallavi Bhatia. The question is, could you suggest some strategies that a patent agent must know? Example, defensive publication. Okay, so the strategies the patent agent must know. Can you elaborate on this question a little bit more? Because the reason I ask you, Pallavi, can you please write in the comment box what actually you want to ask? Whether you want to ask the strategies to be followed uh, by the patent agent, or the strategies to be followed to clear the patent agent exam, because the question is a little bit incomplete in a sense, because the session is for the patent agent exam. So can you please elaborate on it so that I can answer it? Okay. Okay, so if anyone is having more questions, then please write in the comment box. Okay, so there is a question. Okay, the Pallab he's asking that what will be the cost for filing patent and what is the procedure? So I've just answered one question where the same question was asked related to the cost for filing a patent. So the cost will depend upon the cost for filing a patent. There are various steps. So if I'll talk about the complete procedure, so the cost will be somewhere around. It all depends upon the kind of agent you are hiring. It depends upon the agent fee depends upon the year of experience and the expertise. So the cost of filing, if I'll talk about the government fee, then there's a cost for filing of a patent, patent, then filing a request for examination, then at different steps, if there are in between documentation, which is a paid documentation, it could be the amendments or it could be anything, then that cost. And after that, once your patent is granted, then you have to pay a renewal fee for maintaining your patent. So we have different there are different government fee for that. You can refer the first schedule of the patents rule. You can download that from the patent office website, and there's a complete list of there's a complete fee list in the first schedule. You can refer that for that. The procedure is that you have to draft your specification for filing a patent. Then you have to file it. After filing, the application will get published, it will get examined. You have to file a reply to the objection, which will be there in the examination report issued by the patent office. Then your application will be proceeded either towards the grant, or it may get refused if it will not comply with the requirements of the Patent Act. Okay. So please post your comments. If you have any questions or the queries, you can post in the comment section. Okay, so I think this was all about today, and I hope you all like the lecture and you all like the presentation. I try to cover a lot of things, but if you really if you have any particular questions, if you would like to, you can reach us. You can write to us. We'll answer you. So thank you all for attending the session, and if you would like to have any particular questions or any particular query, you can post us later, or you can contact me personally on the LinkedIn. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mansi. Thank you so much. Really pleasure to have you. And just to let the viewers know, Ms. Mansi Chaudhry, she will also be on Saturday in a panel discussion on how to file, how academia can boost IP filings. So, please, be there, ask your questions, some things about funding, some things about success stories in academia. And we will look forward to that session, ma'am. Thank you so much, Mansi, for today.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
So, folks, I am around. Rudra, yes, I can see your question, any email ID. I will ask ma'am to, and I will make sure that you get it in the post-event email. Okay, so that, you can contact her. Thank you, everybody. I can see so many of you have comments. Where can we post queries? Yes, Rudra Narayan Senapati, I will make sure that you have the email of the Frontiers Legal. And folks, if you have any questions related to the Turnip Innovation Festival, please feel free to ask right now. I am there. I will show you the event schedule so that you have some idea about exactly what events you might get for the conference fee. So we are charging a nominal conference fee for these sessions. So you can see tomorrow at 10 a.m., Mr. Munish Sudan, Head of IP and Innovation from Tata Steel, he will take the keynote session on innovation and IP strategy. So Pallavi, you were asking something about strategies. I think what you meant was mainly about patent strategies, not specifically about filing strategies. Dr. H. Purushottam, he has 40-year career in technology commercialization. So he was the chairman and managing director of NIDC. And he retired just 2 months ago. And now he's a chair professor, IPR chair professor in Andhra University. So he will tell some stories, success stories from academic technology transfer. Then we have Ms. Shuchi Agarwal, the managing partner of IP Niti. She is going to say about how you can transform your ideas into business opportunities. We have Questel India. They are going to show their own patent search and analytics platform. So folks, you should definitely register for the event and check out this, these sessions from the live expos. ITTO is one of our sponsors, and they have a host of funding opportunities, startup registration advice, all kinds of and they are also giving away some conference goodies. So if you stick around for their sessions, you might also win some prizes which they are conducting. So Ms. Sanskriti Pawan and Mr. Shubhrati Basat, they are going to say things about how you can find funding, because funding is a very important issue in academic patenting. So we are making sure that they are getting that people are aware of where they can knock on what doors to get funding. Then you can see in our knowledge sessions, actually, Mr. Tapan Brahma will be talking about the secrets of claim writing tomorrow. So this is also a very, impactful session. Tapan Brahma, sir, he has 20 years experience as a patent agent, international filing and litigation. So Mr. Govind Kedia is going to talk about how to build a career in IP. So make sure you attend this talk by Mr. Govind Kedia. He is, going to make the session really fun, and he's going to answer give you some reality checks regarding the how actual IP career looks like, from the industry perspective. Shravani and Yashashwini, they are co-founders of Create and Protect IP Partners, and they will conduct two sessions, one on Friday, one on Saturday. So they are going to go deep dive into copyrights. They are going to have some questions for you, and their session will also be very, very entertaining. So folks, I suggest that you look at the schedule from the link in the description. There's an event schedule. There's a bit.ly link that you can follow. On day 2, there's Mr. Chandan Bhar, the director and co-founder of GPC Life Sciences. He has 25 years experience in big pharma R&D, and he's going to talk about specifically the outlook of healthcare innovation in the post-COVID era. And Dr. Himang Shah from Qualcomm, he's the head of IP and startup and innovation lead in India. And he's going to talk about design thinking for innovation. And he is a mentor. He is a mentor to several, students across the country. He's holding talks, like many times. And he's going to talk about an important thing that, researchers should know when they are taking up their innovative journey. We have ITTO. We have 3 or 4 sessions from them, how to accelerate research, because they are from the IIT Delhi Technology Transfer Office. So they know very well about, how academic research can be commercialized, where to find markets, where to find licensees, and so on. And LexOrb is one of the top law firms in India. They are going to conduct a session, which, would be very interesting for you. Ms. Shuchi Agarwal, like I said, and Mansi Chaudhry, they are together going to be in the panel discussion on boosting IP filing in India. So folks, these are the sessions. Finally, we will end the session with Dr. Prachi Pandey. She had conducted actually one pre-event, and she's going to talk about the patentability criteria. So if you have, some inventions, you are confused whether, you can have them as patents or not, really feel free to, ask about, whether it's patentable or not, and what you can do to make it patentable, and so on. So folks, that is all from me. Please check out the link in the description if you intend to, if you want to look up more information regarding the Turnip Innovation Festival. And we will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. So unless you have, if you have any questions. So Rujan and Senapati, yes, yes, we will email it to you. Okay, I will tell my team to email it to you. Because that would be the best way, because everyone can get the email and they can, get in touch for any queries. Sanjeev Dhul, you have another question. If I am using an apparatus in PhD program, can I file, if I'm using an apparatus, so can I file it for patent? Sanjeev Dhul, you're saying that you're using an apparatus. So, these kind of questions, I really recommend that you take up with, now that Mansi Chaudhry, she's not here, you can take it up with Dr. Prachi Pandey on day 2. She's going to talk about all about patentability. Website for Frontiers, just search the Frontiers Legal. It's thefrontierslegal.com. So actually, so just search on Google, the Frontiers Legal, and you will find the website, and there is all the contact information. So yeah, Rudra, it'll be straightforward if you just do a Google search. So okay, folks, I think that's all for today. So see you tomorrow. If you want to have full access to the 20 sessions, it's rupees 249 only, and there's a link in the description which takes you to the payment gateway. If not, you can also register for free. There's also a free link in the description where we will just email you the joining links of keynote talks and live expos if you want to attend. Great, great, Rudra, and thank you so much. I see like a lot of good comments. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you. So really appreciate having you guys. I will see you tomorrow, the day after, and hopefully in the future physical conferences also. So good luck, goodbye, and have a great evening. Bye bye.